live, bro?
You are.
Oh, good. There we go.
There we go.
All right, so hey, Doc, Matt Young, how are you? Can we
Yes,
do
sir.
that?
Oh, we can do that.
Oh,
yeah.
it's been
we're
so
getting
long.
there. I know.
We were
without
elbows
the mask,
and
and we're vaccinated.
Man, I forgot what you look like.
right.
No, listen, hey, first off, I want to thank you and everybody on the team with Bowie County and the Operations Center through this, it's been more than a year now, but through this whole time.
Well,
you guys have been on the job, on the ball. You've been our contact tracers, everybody, and not just Bowie County, Miller County
right.
too. All of you guys, for something that nobody knew, just out of the blue, and nobody knew anything about. I am so proud of y'all.
Well,
really
and we appreciate that. And anytime somebody shows you some appreciation, it is well worth the time and effort. But I want to say to all those that helped out in the emergency operations centers on both the Bowie County and Miller County side, I mean, these are professionals, and they handled it in a professional way, and it was the community coming together, and I think we've done an awesome job. We were in there daily forever. Now we're meeting every other week just to keep on top of what is going on in case there is an outbreak, keep up with the numbers. Again, just to make sure that we're available if needed.
I'm telling you, from being able to see what's going on behind the scenes with you guys, you were just, all of you, so put so much into it, and I hope the public realizes just how much was actually going on behind the scenes, scrambling constantly. But again, we're talking about everybody wants to be appreciated. It is National Emergency Medical Services Appreciation Week, and I know you've got a big deal lined up. You've done this a little while now.
That's right. So, I've been the medical director for LifeNet EMS for the last going on 18 years now. And what we've always wanted to do is show appreciation. And about 6 years ago, we really got a little more serious about it. And so during EMS week, we said, why not just thank all the first responders? And when I say that, I'm talking about volunteer or paid, EMS, firefighters, law enforcement, and when
just
we
kind
say
of blew it up,
right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And so when we talk about law enforcement, we're talking about dispatchers, institutional guards, game wardens. So all those people are definitely appreciated because they do risk their life. And what it's about is truly about showing appreciation and love for those that when 911's activated, when everybody else is running away from the danger, these are the men and the women going towards the danger.
Oh, and we've got some good ones around here. And man, this pandemic they have been putting in the hours, the overtime. Here's the thing, a lot of businesses, restaurants for instance, are having trouble now getting people to come to work. Our law enforcement and our medical personnel around here have been working double time, triple time, overtime.
Oh, absolutely. And all of our first responders, firefighters, our EMS, they truly have been putting their life on the line during this pandemic to respond.
Yeah, not just with the fires and everything, that's hazardous in their line of duty, but the new stuff that we don't know about.
Right.
It's just,
and it's been
I'm
a team
awestruck
effort.
by them. I really am.
It's been a team effort, and so what we did is said, look, during EMS week, let's appreciate them all. And
so this is going to be Wednesday,
tomorrow, May 19th, from 11:30 till 1:30 at both the Texas Side Convention Center and the Arkansas Side Convention Center. We've partnered with Big Jake's, and then we've got several other sponsors, corporate sponsors, that include, of course, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. It's kind of our original idea. And then, you got so many great people in the community. We've got Texarkana Funeral Home.
Mm-hmm.
And then, absolutely.
We went to school with Vickers.
Right. We all went to school together. And then Farmers Bank and Trust.
Mm-hmm.
James Bramlett and all his staff and crew.
I still call him mayor.
Right. Yeah. And then of course Eagle Distribution with Tim O'Neill.
Oh, Tim O'Neill over there. Yeah, I like Tim.
And then there's others that help volunteer, but really, so what we're able to do.
Brooke.
Right. Absolutely. Brooke is outstanding. Brooke Marshall outstanding at helping get all this organized. And so what we're able to do is show them appreciation. Give them a free lunch, but really just tell you thank you. I mean, we would love to give them a free lunch or a free dinner every meal. But, unfortunately we can't do that. But it is a way of saying thank you, how much we appreciate you.
So we're over at the Texas, you guys are getting set up. Brooke is still working over here. I kind of walked in, you guys were getting set up, here at the Texas side. Did you say 11 or 11:30?
11:30 to 1:30 is the actual time of the meals being served.
11:30 to
At
1:30.
11:15, the mayors from Texarkana, Texas and Texarkana, Arkansas will read a proclamation saying it's our First Responders Day. And then we'll have different law enforcement, firefighters, EMS here to kind of say thank you, take some photos, and just let them know how much we appreciate them. And if you're not working, just come by, either have some type of identification that you are a first responder of some type, and we will feed you a lunch.
Man, yeah, come on by. And that's either Texas conventions, Texarkana, Texas Convention Center, or the Texarkana, Arkansas Convention Center over there with the Holiday Inn. Same hours over there?
Exactly, and so it's important too, because you gotta remember, some of these men and women are on duty. And so that's why we do it at both sides, so they can rotate through and not leave the area that they're covering.
Sure.
And then we can hopefully catch all of them. And then again, if you're off duty, we'll feed you as well. Just bring some kind of identification of what you do. And then also with our corporate sponsors, what we've been able to do is provide back to them. So provide back to the community. We've done Stop the Bleed and provided kits for law enforcement, but also local school districts, as well as we've done AEDs, so automated external defibrillators throughout the community. So if there's potential that somebody goes down with a heart attack, there's potential to rescue them with that. So it's just a matter of giving back to the community that gives us so much.
Was it just a few weeks ago we had the drug take back? You guys, I know you got one over there at the hospital and ER, and then I know you put boxes at the Miller County. How did that go? Did y'all get a lot back in?
Absolutely, yeah, no, and we'll come up with the actual amount as soon as they get it all tallied.
Because it just seems to me from reading, I go to so many different sources for information, but it seems like just from the outside looking in, some people are starting to get a better understanding of the opiate crisis. And so now moms and grandmoms and everybody else is getting a little bit more involved in getting a lot of that actually disposed of properly instead of ending up in the wrong hands. So I was curious if it was more than usual.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be close to a record again, getting that amount off the streets. And when we say that, it's people that usually have it sitting in their cabinets and think, if I hurt again, I may be able to have it.
Yeah.
We're not saying that they're abusing it. And the good thing is you can turn it in, get rid of it, no questions asked. And then we also just want to remind people too, talking about the opiate crisis, yes, the pills are still out there, but again, there's also recently, unfortunately, some street drugs that are laced with fentanyl, and fentanyl can be 100 times more potent than morphine. And so these are not made at a pharmacy. They're pressed somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. And so they do not have an idea of what percentage they're actually putting in there. And unfortunately, it's caused some local deaths, I'm
going to tell you, and it's coming from Mexico. That's known, and it's coming across the border more and more and more. So but I was curious about that. I saw that there was a real good turnout for that.
Oh yeah, no, we had a good turnout.
But again, Doc, you, Miss Brooke over there still working. But the whole team, I'm talking about, Bowie County, everybody in the county, the judge, over in Cass County, the way that you guys were able to keep, because Texarkana being such an odd place, all of the hospitals are on the Texas side, but half the population's on the Arkansas, that already started, that's confusing.
Right, and and it is nice to see when the communities work together, both sides of the state line. And there's always rules that different states have, but just being able to be open communication, help each other out.
Well, the way our county judges were able to say, hey, look, we're going to do this here.
And then, like you say, even including Cass County, we included Red River County as well, and so the judges did a great job. All of our law enforcement, our police officers, our captains and chiefs, as well as our sheriff's department, and then the troopers from both sides, our fire departments, and of course, a special spot in my heart is all of them, but especially with EMS, because they're out there taking the victim away, the patient away, and taking care of them from the scene. And so for them, all of them, we appreciate what they do. And again, this is just a perfect time to say thank you. And Looks like we're on the backside of the pandemic. We've stabilized, but you know, we don't want to let our guard down.
Yeah, we don't know. It's, and who knows? I mean, just nature. You know, I hope folks continue to wash their hands. I don't have any problem with people not crowding me. So, I mean, you know, if you want to continue social distance, I encourage that. But the hands, and especially, and look, I don't care. I guess I'm to the point now, you know me, I'm to the point now, and believe whatever you want.
Right.
And if you want to add to the story, go ahead.
Right.
But I'll wear a mask if I feel like. I'll use this as an example. I was in Walmart the other day, and as I came around by the pharmacy, there was a lady there coughing, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, right.
No,
that's right.
Time for the mask.
And you know, I mean, we have to respect each other because there are people that may have chronic conditions that
She may not have had it,
Right,
but
right.
the coughing made me think, okay, well, I have
Right.
it handy, and wash your hands. Don't get all dirty and nasty.
Right, and there are so much misbeliefs and false and stuff on social media that we just ask you to please try to go to the correct spots to get the correct information. And that even goes now that they've decreased the vaccination age down to 12 years old on the Pfizer. What we don't want to see is a variation or a mutation or a change in the virus that affects the pediatric population.
Right.
And so I would just say, as a medical profession and as a local health authority, I would say to get your child vaccinated if you do the proper education and feel like it's the appropriate thing to do. I feel like it's the appropriate thing to do to protect our children because there is a chance there could be a mutation and change. And let me tell you, if it affected the pediatric population, that age group, like it did the adult population, there's not enough intensive care beds and pediatric beds in this whole country to take care of what our adult population just went through.
Let's go ahead and put this out here for real. Texarkana, at one point, we were dangerously close to being at capacity.
Absolutely, absolutely.
More than most folks know. I mean, our people were working and doing the best they could for all of these patients, and we were at capacity here in Texarkana.
Right, and with the hospitals
And being the regional hub, because
Right.
you know we had people from Louisiana and Oklahoma too taking up those beds, but here locally we were a lot closer to being without ICU than a lot of people know.
And we worked very close with all the local clinics and local hospitals to get it done. The administrations were great at working together. And of course, yeah, we were all stressed. Everybody was very stressed and trying to do what we could. And yeah, a few patients had to go out of the area for care because some of the ICU beds occasionally would get full. But we were able to manage. We've learned some things, but what we have learned, we can protect ourselves with vaccination. And we do know the masks probably do help because we've not seen much flu at all.
That's what I wanted to get to. We want to look at the silver linings if there are, and one of them being, I mean, yes, there are still flu numbers, by the way. If you go to the CDC website, they're still tracking flu, but it did cut into it drastically.
Absolutely, cut down flu, influenza, also strep throat, and then for the pediatric patient, it decreased RSV.
Yeah.
And then also croup and viruses and diseases like that.
Everything came down. So and we're washing our hands, we're practicing social distancing, mask. All of those things together make it done. Not just your mask, not just washing your hands, but it is good to see the light.
It is.
And now mandates being lifted, events coming back. We're able to have our EMS day tomorrow. So.
Right, and then when we want to get back to that, I mean, all of us who were in the middle of it trying to get the most up-to-date advice, we want to get back. We want our restaurants to continue to flourish. We want other places, other small businesses, large businesses to be able to succeed.
We want new business to open.
Absolutely.
You got an idea?
Yeah.
I mean, let's get back to work.
And we're great. I mean, it's Texarkana, USA, and as you said, we're the hub for most of the shopping, for sure healthcare, and then education in the 4 states area. So many people visit our area. It was great to work together, and it's continuing great to work together. And for us, we just need to do what we can. And again, I
want to say it to your face, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you. I appreciate you a great deal, and I know everybody does. You know, folks, what were we calling it? COVID fatigue. You know, folks were getting, then the politics in it. Trump this or that or whatever, mask this and that and whatever. And you guys are just out there saving lives, man, no matter what's going on social media or what people think they might know. To see the way that you guys just kept at it and didn't let that bother you. I mean, I know it did. But you kept at it regardless.
We had to keep the science where the science was, and then also, again,
that kept us safe.
Right, and leave all the politics out. Now, our politicians here locally, the judges and everybody else, mayors, they did a great job.
Yeah,
they let us do what we knew to do from the medical standpoint.
Well, that's what I was going to say. They kind of said, "Hey, you tell us what we need to do," and that's the way it should be. If I'm trying to rebuild a transmission, I'll ask a mechanic.
Right. Don't ask me. That's right. And then, also, again, I cannot mention enough about the professionals that we worked with and still work with during that time. The judges and everybody.
And y'all are still staying on top of it. I don't want anybody thinking that.
Well, just because the EOC closed down and not there every day.
Or the mask mandates have been lifted. Don't think that I know you're staying on top.
We're keeping on top of the numbers and keeping on top of the people that are being tested.
How's it going over there at the clinic? Well, I won't almost say clinic.
Well, it's
ER
and hospital. Yeah. No, things are going well. I mean, we're still busy and we're still testing people and seeing people with COVID. So with that,
but adding the hospital rooms now.
We can admit people that we could not admit before when we were just an ER. Now we can admit people to the hospital. We're not an ICU.
And that also makes it easier for a lot of different insurance.
Right.
The new insurance policies that couldn't have been taken before. Now folks can get that.
Right, because we're a hospital.
Quick service. Yeah.
And then again,
that's exciting.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And then again, if we need an ICU bed or if the patient needs surgery, we work with our local hospitals. We ask them which one they want to go to, or which one are they in network with as far as their insurance, and we get them there.
Well, it's real neat to see it growing over there. Because now they're working on the beautiful. I guess you got most of the construction done, so now they're kind of working on making it all pretty.
That's right. Well, and I just also commend all of our staff that works there, because they are the best of the best when it comes to emergency care. And then now we've added the inpatient part, so it's a joy and a pleasure to work there, and it's fun seeing the patients there, and we get them in and out very quickly. And
it's all right doing what we want to do where we want to do it, ain't it?
Right. It is. And again, to be able to be a partner in the community, another hospital in the community, to work with both Wadley and St. Michael's, and then all the other clinics and healthcare providers, we appreciate them entrusting us.
Have you heard anything, with the one moving out there in 2024, what are they going to do with that old building down there?
I've not heard, but it'd be interesting to see what
I'm wondering if the VA would be interested in something like. They didn't put it out there, and
there's always a need to be able to take care of our veterans, and any time that comes available, I think anybody would support that.
Well, we've got so many in our region here that they have to go to Shreveport being the closest, so I don't know.
It's Shreveport or Little Rock usually if they have to be admitted to the hospital.
Yeah, so that's something to keep our fingers crossed, maybe.
And I know, also, coming, also talking to healthcare, is the new VA clinic on Summer Hill Road. Yeah. That's coming along, and that'll be open soon.
They should have it open before the end of the year, right?
I believe so. So, we're looking forward to that, and just being able to continue to be in the hub for healthcare, shopping, education, and the airport. We'll also go add on to the airport. That's right. So we're going to help support that as well, because that's huge for industry that wants to come here.
That's right. We have a way to get in and out.
Right. And just look at the industry we have. I guess Cooper Tire now joining with Goodyear. We're still going to have those great jobs. Red River Army Depot. All those people that they stayed out there on the job.
I love being home, man. Yeah. I do.
And then Domtar,
right.
They recently, I think, got acquired by a Canadian company, but all these.
But the jobs aren't going away.
Right.
What I see is investment into our local. Things are going well, and they're going to get better.
That's right. That's right.
Again, let's remind everybody, and then because I come in here and y'all are still trying to get set up. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 19th, 11:30 to 1:30, Big Jake's along with Texarkana Funeral Home, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, Eagle Distributing, and then all the fine people
and
farmers, all the fine people that make up these groups,
right.
Not just the brands, but the people themselves. are gonna be serving, Big Jake's Barbecue, you
Right,
said?
right. At the Texas Side Convention Center and the Arkansas Side Convention Center, so.
11:30 to 1:30 to all of, not just our EMS, but all of our first responders.
Right, well, that's volunteer or paid firefighter,
If you've got
EMS,
some sort of ID what
Right.
says so, bring it and get you some barbecue.
law enforcement, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's just a way of us saying thank you for what you do.
Yeah, and thank you, we appreciate you.
Well, we look forward to it tomorrow and just look forward to supporting the community and again, those that put themselves in danger so that other can go home.
Yeah, don't let the rain stop you. Come on out.
The rain does not stop them from responding to
I was
911.
fixing to say, so there's gonna be barbecue tomorrow.
Right.